So
I'm eating girls' fufu.
exactly.
Oh, bon appetit. Oh.
Okay, lady. So I think I've done the questions for Captain. Yeah. So okay. So basically, I was using Africa as I think it's a good example. We're in 2026, and Africa's still got problems that should have long finished. So using Africa, because you spoke about Congo and stuff, why do you think in 2026 Africa is still in the state it's in?
Because we have that in our mind that we are the lowest tier of people.
And where did that mindset come from, do you think?
From the people that wrote whatever from the people that's giving us the information we are being fed on. You can't really point a finger on one because the organization has become this big enough for everybody to be involved.
All right, so I mean, I was born and bred in this country, in UK, and I know that whites, the Oibos, I know the British, they don't necessarily say to your face, but rather it's in the systems they use. So, for example, education system is one example. So, can you give any examples of did you school back in Congo? Did you school there from the beginning upwards?
No, it was not Congo, it was Ivory Coast. Yes, I've done like nursery and all of that.
Okay, so in hindsight, did the education system have some kind of a bias to gave you the impression that you was less than?
Well, in Africa?
Yeah.
No, there's no such thing. In Africa, the education system is so, like you said, you said sharp, but I would say tough. It's so tough that if you don't pass a class, you can do the class again, you can redo the class again. Because they want you to pass, they want you to actually have the award, not like here where everybody just go. Do you know what I mean?
Well.
Yeah, everybody just go, but back home it's not like that. Unless it's nursery, nursery is different.
So you wouldn't say that in the system it was baked in, like oppression was baked into it? You wouldn't say that?
I would say that too, because we're not really speaking the African language when we're educating the children them there, are we? We're speaking French, Portuguese, English, Spanish. We're not speaking the national language.
Okay. So in like, I don't know, what was you taught about African history? Yes. What was you taught? Can you remember? What was you taught about?
I wasn't taught. I was taught to know the names of the French kings and queens. I was taught to know about Christopher Columbus, and all this.
Did they teach you the slave trade? Was you taught the slave trade? Just curious.
I was not in those kind of classes. I came here young.
Oh, that's interesting.
But for the first few years, they teach you about France and its colonies, and France and what France wants. Like the history will be about the colonizer, not the African themselves.
Right. So I'm just trying to figure out where this thought of being less than came from while she was back home.
It came from, there's this English, these people that speak in the parliament. This English minister. I read this letter here. It's in my other phone. He said that he has rolled around India and Africa. By the way, that letter was for both India and Africa. He has rolled around India and Africa, and he has not found a beggar, a homeless person, nothing like that. So he thinks to the best of what he observed is that the best way to break down these people is to go through the educational system and the spiritual system. Once you break these two systems...
Pause. He actually said, and the spiritual system.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said? Okay, carry on.
I will find the letter after I'm smoking right now. So
a white man came and said, I have never seen in my years of people in this UK.
But I
have never ever seen any document from the British that talks about spiritual, unless it's in relation to Africans.
Hold on. I'm gonna find the letter for you.
One thing, I've never ever seen a British anything that talks about spiritualism, unless it's in relation to Africans. So that would show that they themselves know the power of that the spiritual gives Africans. It's not a normal thing. That's not a normal thing.
That's why I keep saying we are under a curse, but people are not listening when I say that. I mean, we are under a spell. We are under a spell, sorry.
Oh, because you have it, labels. So, but I mean, spell, curse, what's the difference?
No, you can get
spiritual.
out of a spell. You can get out of a spell.
It's a spiritual issue.
Well, where's this thing now? You can get out of a spell, but it's a bit difficult to get out of a curse. A spell can be broken.
What's the difference? Why? What's the difference? I think you know. What's the difference? There's a difference, and there's a big difference. A big one.
Yeah, there's a big difference, but I don't think I'll be able to express myself on that.
Right. The thing about a curse. Curses tend to be the punishment for going against your God. So the 10 Commandments, the first two are literally, thou shalt have no other gods, number 1, and 2, thou shalt have no other idols. So when we as humans break that, we're breaking a covenant. A covenant's going to have more stronger penalty than a spell. That's the difference. So, for example, a covenant always involves blood, but a spell doesn't. Not always, doesn't need to. But a covenant is bound forever. It's like a marriage. And we know that God hates divorce. This is the difference. So that first commandment, 1 and 2, that's where the penalty is stronger. Far stronger.
Okay, I found it.
So this is why. Yeah, please.
Okay. So in 1835, Lord Macaulay, a British politician and statesman, in speech addressing the House of Commons, says this to India, and says this to India and Africa. I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa. I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral value, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spirituality and her cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for if the African think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native self-culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation.
Right. And I have to say this. The first thing he said was spiritual, right? The backbone is spiritual. And
the
what?
Backbone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but what
so
has that got to do with Christianity?
Well, this is what I'm talking
He
about.
never said Christian. He never said their religion. He said the backbone is spiritual.
I know.
So what has
we
that
have
got to do with
spiritual
Christianity?
people. This is about generational curses. This is about let me land. So if the Oyibos themselves knew that for this people, it's the spiritual connection that is a backbone and needs to be broken like a horse. We ourselves don't realize it. If they know that, our issue is spiritual. Is our issue not spiritual first and foremost? I'm just saying. I didn't write it. He did.
Okay, I'll show you another letter.
No. I like that letter. Let's stay with that one. The first thing he mentioned was spiritual.
I have to show you of Belgium. I have to show you another, because you think it's Christianity. Everybody thinks it's Christianity.
No. To be fair, I don't know if we've spoken. To be fair, I am. The Bible is not. It's not a European book of spirituality. It's an African book of spirituality. Because there's no way in that Bible.
I don't
Read it
believe
again.
that.
Chat
I don't believe that.
Does any part of the Bible start off or is about Europe, the land of Europe? It's not. The whole thing takes place in African territories. And I say African territory because the term Middle East is a social construct. There's no such thing as Middle East. The Europeans invented it for a reason. And you're going to tell me all that was going on in that area and it was blacked out in Africa? Come on. There was in Egypt, there was down to Sudan, there was down to Ethiopia, but none of the rest. Is it illogical to you? Is it logical to you?
That what?
that the geographical locations never took place in Africa. It only mentions the coastal side.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me.
I think so. Was there Britain in there? Was France in there? So was it not France? It would have been called second. Was the territory of France in there? Was there any European territory mentioned in the Bible anywhere? Was there any geographical location of Europe in that Bible anywhere?
Who wrote the Bible?
It was a collection of different people inspired by God. Collection.
And who wrote them?
Who was Greek? Who wrote them? Who was Greek? Wasn't it all Hebrews? It was all Hebrews.
Let me ask you a question, Mama. Pardon. Let me ask you a question. Je dis, is it by force to accept somebody calling you ugly?
No.
So why are you accepting that people collected words from somewhere, put it together and say, you, the black people, are the next victim for this world? Why?
It's not that. It's not.
It is that. Mama, you will read the Bible no matter the weather. Understand? Nobody disobey God by worshiping other God. That's a lie. That's a pure lie.
The Israelites.
That's a lie.
Deuteronomy 28 is a lie.
It's a lie.
Why?
Because Earl is not in Africa. Where Abraham come from is not in Africa.
Yes,
it's somewhere in Asia. It's somewhere there. Okay. So if it's over the sea and Abraham come from there and Abraham was fucking his knees to start this generation, what has that got to do with us Africans? There's no Africa. There's no in Africa, Mama. There's no in Africa for us to be cursed. Why do you people want us to be cursed like this?
Because we are the only people that
we are not.
The curse.
We are not the only. No, we are the only people that the curse was written for, and we have accepted it. Yes, but that bullshit is not for us. Allow this. We don't want to carry on suffering when the motherfucking God has been quiet since the first time He said He sold you into slavery. You actually believe that the whole God sold you into slavery? A whole God. Yeah. But you're going to try to run and say that God is just. Which one do you want?
For disobedience.
Did your father sell you into slavery for disobeying him, Mama? How many times you disobey your father for this word? How many times your father sell you for slavery? How many times your father sell you for sexual slavery because you said no, you don't want to bring him a glass of water? What are we talking about?
I mean,
what are we talking about?
I don't like it, but it is what it is. I can see.
You don't like it, but it is what it is. My father never cursed me. With everything I said about this man on this life. No one. Je vous jure. Voilà Dieu, voilà le diable, voilà la terre. Jamais le monsieur là m'a curse. So I will never accept a curse coming from a God. I can never accept that. As an African born raised in Europe, I will never accept it. Because when we check history and we check your Bible, there's something missing. There's something missing.
What's missing? What's missing?
God Almighty. He went to pick up Abraham for Ur. Abraham was starving. He went to Africa to get food, to get cattle, to get maid, to get gold. Because why? God allowed Abraham to lie to a whole pharaoh, a whole king. Your God is fucked up. Let's just start from there. Because Abraham is not from Africa. He left Ur, his father's house, went somewhere else, and then he was starving and then went to Africa to eat. Now let's leave Abraham. The guy that was sold with the many rainbow coats.
Joseph.
The rainbow coat. What, Joseph?
Yeah.
Was these people not starving? Is this the reason why is that not the reason why they sold him?
No, it was
Yes.
It was jealousy. It was jealousy.
Jealousy or starvation. C'est qui a su where they were at the time they were starving. Out of jealousy, they were still starving.
No.
They saw the brother. Okay, forget it.
What happened
C'est qui a su tout ce qui s'est passé. Everything that happened, it was not in Africa. Bible says it was not in Africa. So why you a beautiful African woman will sit on this live and say, I accept Deuteronomy 28. It never happened in Africa. And these people, when they were taking us, they were castrating us, they were raping us. Waiting.
We are the only people. We are the only people.
Is this a freestyle session?
No, it's not.
Freestyle session?
Somebody give me 10 minutes.
It's not.
It's not freestyle.
Oh, sorry. It's not freestyle, please. We're still talking. Thank you.
I am don't
We are the only people. Leave her. Let her.
Listen,
it's okay. We're good.
Sorry.
We're good. We are good. We're good. I am. Be I am, and I will be me.
Yes.
Right. Where was we? Because we are the only people. We are the only peoples that fit that Deuteronomy, and also in that Deuteronomy, that same book, we also to this day have a lot of our African culture in that book, cultural things we follow today.
Can you open it and read it for me? I might have forgotten the story, please. I want to be wrong. Please, I really want to be wrong.
Deuteronomy 28. Just give me a sec. And while I'm looking, so I'm getting it up, I would want to say those people that. Anyway, let me not say it.
No, say it all. This is Faith Unfiltered. Unfilter everything.
I won't. Because when I say that we're Israelites, everyone comes for me. I don't want that heat tonight. 28. Right, I'm here. Right. Recitings. So this is all. This is about generational blessings and generational curses. That's what it's about. So the curses say, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Curse shall be thy in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field. Curse shall thy basket and store. Curse shall be thy fruit of the body, and the fruit of the land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Curse shall be thy. Sorry, I need water. Curse shall be when thou comest in. Curse shall be when thou goest out. The Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand to do, until you be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, thereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and the sword, and the blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue you until you perish. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth under your feet shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee, until thou be destroyed. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. Thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and the ermods, which is, I think that's hemorrhoids, which is cancer apparently, and with scabs, and with the itch thereof, thou canst not be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and that house you shall not dwell within. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and thou shalt not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have no one to rescue them. Your sons and daughters shall be given unto other people, and thine eye shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thine hands. The fruit of thy land and all thy labours shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed away, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs, and a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot up unto the top of thy head. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which never knew, your forefathers have not known. And there shall you serve other gods, wood and stone. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword. There's one word it was called back in the days, start with an N, ending in R. A byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather little in, for the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of wine nor gather grapes, for the worm shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou wilt not anoint thyself with oil, for thine oil shall cast his fruit. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall locusts consume. A stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you will be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou beest destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, but the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shall favor the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kine or flocks, thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. He shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until the high and fenced walls come down. We used to have very high walls, didn't we, back in Africa, certain kingdoms. Therein trustest throughout and all thy land. He shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout thy land, which the Lord thy God has given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thine daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you shall be, and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So when he will not give to any of them of his own flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he have nothing left in him, in the siege and in the straits, wherewith thine enemy shall stress thee at thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground of delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, toward her daughter, and toward her young one, which cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which she shall bear, for she shall eat them, for want of all things secretly, in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee at thy gates. It will not observe to do all the words, if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, thy Lord thy God. Then the Lord will make plagues wonderful, and plagues of thy seed, even great plagues.
We don't have.
There was one part I wanted to, I think it's gone. Where
We
did it
have
talk about
1 minute.
carry? It talks about
Do you
being
know
carried away
what?
in ships. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Did it
yeah,
sound?
that's fine. There was a time where everybody was being carried away in ship because there was no cars. But that's by the way. What I want to say in contrast to that, people remember Jonas. Remember the town he went to? What was that town called? That was beating the Israelites all the time. When the place God told Jonas to go and Jonas said no, he don't want. God forced him to go.
Nineveh.
Nineveh. Mercy. Do you understand that Ninevian people, I will say, do you know that they did worse than whatever you read? You know that they did worse. They put you, because you claim to be an Israeli, they put your ancestors for shackle. They use your ancestors' head, especially those kings, those Ninevian kings, they were messed up. They use your ancestor head, hang them for a tree, just to admire the rot and how you rot quick. They also sold your children and the wives of the Israelites for Nineveh in the story. Do you know that they've done worse? They've done worse, way worse. They even because of the Ninevian, I think it's the Ninevian that made the 12 tribe to scatter. They've done worse. But the story goes like this. Like this. God sent Noah there so they can accept that God exists. And then when Noah went, they accepted. But after the new king that came started again doing the same thing his father was doing. And then God, he decided he's going to destroy it after. But they done worse. They even sold you too, put you into shackles and sold you too. Do you understand that? So again, I'm just saying, you, the children of Israel, I'm going to repeat this again. You, the children of Israel, is it not better to have a meeting, gather together on one island like this? Just one island like that. Just gather there and say, God, we are here. We are ready to listen to you. Because the rest of the world has nothing to do with you. But the rest of the world is suffering for you. I don't think the Congolese are involved in the children of Israel, the 12 tribe. I don't think so. I don't think the the Sudanese are involved in the 12 tribe. I don't even think the Muslims that I don't like are involved in the 12 tribe of Israel. I don't think that. I don't know if you understand. But
no, I understand. But I think
for the curse that you people carry, you people, to be honest, to see it like this, you people are not really suffering. To be honest. Because for every time you claim to be a child of God and you come on internet, it looks like your life is shine. I don't know if you understand. But it's other people that are taking the curse for you. Why?
But listen to this though. Look at it like this. Just say, like I said, we don't know who's who right now. In the same way, if I go to Europe,
but God
I don't
knows,
know by
God
looking.
knows. God knows.
I know.
God knows.
But I'm saying that I don't
so
know.
He should do something
if I go
about
to France, if I see a French guy and an English guy, I couldn't tell the difference unless they spoke. And even then, I don't know if I could tell.
But God knows. The point is, God knows.
Yeah,
this generational curse that people are carrying.
The ball is in our court.
No, wait.
I say us.
If you don't know,
I might not be. I could be a Hamite. I don't even know.
No, but if you don't know who's who, how's the ball in your court when only God knows? And He knows. He should be able to gather all of you by now and, sort this out once and for all. So that the rest of us, again, I'm still going to ask that so that the rest of us don't have to suffer. He knows the bloodline. He knows. He said to Abraham, look at the sand. Your children will be as many as the sand. Abi? That's what he told Abraham. He
did say that if his people would just turn back to him and humble themselves, he will come back.
Then turn back to him now.
Well, I'm saying that we could do that, but it's going to take all of us. All of us have to do it because
for the small. Wait.
Well, we have to.
God in the story, in his stories. No, hold on. God in his stories, he like to pick one person at a time. You understand? Now, for this generation, for the small number that you are that are obeying God, you understand? Can he not for you,
no,
small number? Can he not mercy?
No, it can't be. And I tell you why. There's a Bible story. Ganzi, help me out. What Bible story did one or two people from Israel stole something, and the whole Israel paid? And I think God cried out that Israel has sinned. It was only two of them. But God said, no, Israel has sinned. No, Israel have to act as one. It can't be one or two. It's got to be the whole. Israel has sinned Bible verse. Just give me a second.
So until you people decide to obey your God, the rest of the world have to suffer. The evil, because you read in Deuteronomy earlier on, you said God sent in not Joshua. God sent in somewhere from far away in the corner of the world to come swiftly like an eagle to fuck with people's life. Because you people still don't want to obey your God. So we are here.
That's the thing. But this is the thing. It's not all of us with our skin, but it's some of us. Because we don't know, because we ourselves don't know because of the scattering.
But he knows. He's the one that scattered you. He should gather you now.
No,
why should Africa suffer because your God is angry against you? You just gave me an example. Two people stole within Israel.
Yeah.
Within Israel. And he punished the Israelite. No problem. Wait about your law. In the history of Israel, did the Bible say that African mistreated Israel? Does the Bible say that?
No.
You see?
I know
you see, but Africans are dying. Africans are suffering for your
Unfortunately.
And she's saying unfortunately.
It was unfortunate, but this is the way. We don't know who's who. We don't know who's who.
Christian give me the most headache for this internet. Are you serious? Unfortunately.
Well, the Bible's got many things that are not great in there.
Jésus-Christ de Nazareth.
The Old Testament is full of bloodshed. It is. There's a lot going on there, but I'm not gonna shy away from it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can say to you today. I'm not going to tell lies. It's all there for us to read. So all I'm saying is that from what? Hold on.
So instead of sitting down with atheists, wait, let me finish my seconds. Instead of sitting down with atheists, you people don't want to do meeting and say, okay, this is the curse from Deuteronomy. Every day we must gather one person from around the world so that God will remove everybody from suffering. You people are not willing to do that one as well. You're not willing to do that one.
I would say, what I would like to do is that every person.
So waiting, I understand. No, time is up. I understand. Time is up. Yeah, but waiting, I understand for this conversation is that you Christians, you religious people are very. Come on, person. Vous êtes égoïstes. Vous êtes égoïstes. Oui. Vous êtes égoïstes parce que